Welcome back to the Drive-In Asylum double feature, and we hope you were all just completely bowled over by the total right out of left field weirdness of Exorcist 2. And welcome back to our viewers and our guests, the management from Newcastle After Dark.
Wahala, wahala.
Sam, why don't you start?
All right, so we were talking before this started, and I think we've all probably seen this movie a couple hundred times together. None of us know what the fuck's going on in it, and yet we all love it. Like, it really, I mean, it's awesome because, like, it just, like, if you asked me, sit down, like, and give me, like, a paragraph on what happened in this movie, it would really tax me. Like, there's a lot that happened. I need one of those big grids of like a flow chart to show you like what happens, and then James Earl Jones. Everybody thinks he's like just like a tribal chief, but really he's a scientist and he has a lab underneath everything. Okay, like there's just I can't imagine seeing a script for this movie the first read through where people were just like, well, oh, okay,
yeah, we're in.
Yeah, I love it. It's audacious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that this played in theaters, people came to theater, like, wanting more of what they loved in Exorcist 1, and they got none of it. Like, they were like...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Zero. Well, the things that they did get from the first movie, they kind of botched, like, whenever they would represent the demon, don't you think?
Yeah. I do like the scene where she's massaging her heart as the demon or giving her breast exam. We weren't really sure that. And she's like, and then there's like different.
There's a lot of that rubbing going on there.
Yeah, that scene's like straight out of like if you told me Sergio Martino or like Bruno Mattei directed that scene, I'd be like, all right, that's cool. But it totally feels Italian. The music's great. It feels very interstitial Catholic Mass music. And the walking, like the end of it, like Reagan just walked away. Like she walked away from like death. Like the whole building blew up. Like numerous people had to be involved in these accidents and everything that happened. And she was just like, well, me and this priest are going to skedaddle before anyone asks any questions. And
yeah, I don't know
nothing. Becca said to me when we were watching it, like every time I watch this movie, I like it more. I know less. And I like it more. And that's really, isn't that what Faith's all about, really, when you think about the very
yeah. True. Yeah, like you said earlier, that you know, the house is on fire and all the neighbors don't come out. They're like, that's that house again.
Yeah.
Just let it burn. Just let it burn.
Let it burn.
Like one time I went
really
to a
weird.
And still peed on the floor. We're not surprised by anything.
They were into devil worship in that house.
Oh.
And nobody checked on the cab driver. I mean, he was just in the car, dead. You know, they're like, eh.
There was a general lack of concern for anybody that was around at that time. And it had the strangest reaction time. Like there was a car accident, a screeching car accident that apparently nobody heard because Reagan doesn't even react to it. She's just inside the house walking up the stairs when it happens. She doesn't even more than like turn around for a second.
I have enough on my plate right here. Yeah. Don't worry about that later. Yeah, I have enough on my plate.
And then after the whole house burns down and collapses, finally, like there's this tearful discussion between Louise Fletcher and Richard Burton and Linda Blair that takes a couple of minutes. And the minute they decide to walk away is when suddenly the first light comes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happen?
I kind of always thought that at the end that Richard Burton and Louise Fletcher would be like, you know, this priest thing, you know, let's go have dinner. We've been through a lot, baby.
Yeah. We're like, Reagan interrupted him at that one scene where he was like, don't you need a woman? He goes, yes, sometimes I do. And then Reagan just blocked him totally. She just went.
No shame.
No,
I guess when she was seducing him,
yeah,
that was supposed to be more gratuitous. Yes, you know, but Richard Burton wasn't down with it. No.
Yeah.
Why? I wonder.
What? I guess they both felt strange about it. I mean, Linda Blair's what, 17, 18 years old in this. Richard Burton was 54. Yes. So I think they both felt kind of weird about getting Yes.
getting down.
And plus, Richard Burton, when he was working, would drink 3 bottles of vodka. So he was probably like, I ain't doing this. I need this money. Let's get this going.
Yeah.
I imagine he
But it was
was
worth it to see her scrunch face. Do you see that little scrunchy nose thing she did?
Oh yeah, her mean face. She's like,
that was worth it just to get to that part for me. I love it.
I imagine was very much like a Bronson actor, where at the end of his career, Bronson was like, "I do 8 hours, and that's it. Let's get the fucking show on the road. Like that's all you do." Like, Bert was like, I've already had a gallon of vodka today. Didn't you say you drank a gallon of vodka a day?
Yeah.
He's like, I've had a gallon of vodka and I have to piss nonstop because I'm like in my 60s. I don't have time for this teenager to rub up on me. Like
he had a special piss assistant.
Yeah,
followed him around.
Piss boy.
Yeah, you called me a piss dresser.
That reminds me of a story I heard about Neil Diamond, that in his contract, Neil Diamond always specified that he needed a 5-gallon bucket of ice behind the curtain to piss in. That's true. It's true. He'd be like, what's his big jam?
Love on the Run.
There's a lot of them, Cracklin' Rosie.
Cracklin' Rosie. He's like, singing. He walks behind the curtain, still singing, because ice is silent.
Yeah.
He's like, turn on your hot light.
We're in blue jeans, babe.
That's amazing. Man.
Yes.
Love on the Rocks has a whole new meaning for me now.
Wow. Yes, it does. Yeah, that's great.
It's a revelation.
I like the direction of this segment already.
Oh man, there's so much stuff in this. Like this school. We talked about what lessons did any of these kids learn? They had like a giant screw, whatever it was, like a bolt. And they were like rolling this giant bolt. There's like letters and numbers on the floor. Dana Plato's just sitting by herself in the middle of a room. Nobody's talking to her. And then they let like a devil worship girl just interact with them. It's really amazing.
Yeah, that apparently they were like, okay, well, she was possessed. So what the hell are we going to do with her? Oh, we'll stick her with people that don't talk.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that they did too, because she proved to be that bridge between Borman's concept again, was that Reagan was transforming the human race. And I was happy to watch this movie again because I had forgotten about the whole angle of the locusts and the wings brushing against one another. So that was the spiritual manifestation of this concept that Louise Fletcher was talking about, the science angle. It was science versus religion, and that she had become a link between the scientific world and the religious world.
Right. Psychic healing or something like that,
Yes.
Yeah.
I was enthralled with the giant nut in the back. Ernie and Kevin were back there rolling around.
And that one little girl had a boxing bag, right? And she was just like, what was she wearing?
Oh, did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
That was my neighbor.
Oh.
My neighbors are having a wild party next door.
It sounds like it.
Oh, we have so many guests on the show tonight. Yeah, one of the girls in the facility where she was staying was none other than
Dana Plato.
Yeah.
And the very one.
And then we learned that if you speak to demons, you can also speak to autistic kids, because that's how it works. And then she just started talking to her. She's like, I used to masturbate with a crucifix and bleed all over and spit out green pea soup. Now I will help you communicate with the world. And everybody was like, oh, that works. The science may be a little off. I mean, but
Yeah.
It's the synchronizer.
Yeah.
So management, did this film have any scary moments? Were there any moments where you actually felt like it was terrifying?
No.
You don't even want to think about it?
I would say for me, it's the some of the soundtrack. It was a little frightening. The whip sound, And then the Yoko-esque yelling, and it was a little disturbing.
But I wouldn't say frightening.
Not frightening,
You know?
just I don't want to hear that in the middle of the night.
No.
Like
No.
coming from downstairs in your
You know, you
house.
hear that out of nowhere. Yeah.
But even the makeup was tamed down.
Yes.
You know, the possessed Reagan and even, her doppelganger. I mean,
Yes.
it was really played down.
Possessed Kakumo was kind of scary though.
That was a
Yes,
little scary.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
A question for you: how big was that bug that was flying over the village? Like that locust had to be like a condor-sized locust. People are like running from it. Some people are throwing spears at it.
Yeah, they're running, falling on the ground.
Yeah.
Everybody can
As
see
big as
it.
the
like,
one
it
in
was
Reagan's
pretty high
bedroom
up
at the end.
Yeah, for people to be able to see it.
Shout for the locust.
Oh,
Oh, locust.
Oh no. It's the cubby monster.
what's your dream name, Cubby?
Captain Howdy.
Captain Howdy. Oh, okay. There he
Thanks
is.
to everyone for coming back and hanging out in the chat with us. It's nice to see all of you back. Most of you. I know this was a long movie, so thanks for hanging in there with us. It's like, oh, 11:30. Woo.
Yeah.
11:30 used to be like, okay, it's 11:30. It's time to go out.
Yeah.
It's gonna go out now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to go out after. Bill used to spend it after hours clubs and stuff. This was like early.
I did. It was
Yeah, this is the beginning.
Yeah.
the bars here closed at 2, and then I would go to another club and spend till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And I wasn't doing any drugs.
Graham asked a great question. Why does Sharon kill herself?
I have the answer. What about you guys, management? Why do you think she?
I have no idea.
Well, it's really weird there because, she's like, help her do what? Say it. Right. And then she's,
Pazuzu. Then she steps on that headlight.
yeah. I'm kind of lost on the reason why. But I want to know.
Yes.
And you have the answer.
Well, at least I think the theory is a couple of times during the movie she has some key moments where she reveals that she has lost faith in religion, and she's just given up on any kind of concept of what the church says is a loving God. She thinks the opposite, so she's turning to the dark side. And the theory is she was brushed by the wings of evil when she was attending to Reagan during her possession. She was in on it, and she saw all that shit happen, and then it affected her and turned her dark instead of giving her any kind of light to her life. And it obviously she wanted to self-immolate for some reason at the end. I don't know why she killed herself, but I think she was kind of like having a moment of guilt over the fact that she had these feelings.
So
if you had a
symbolically-
crisis of faith and you saw somebody get possessed, you would know that God existed, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't her crisis, and also if you did have a crisis of faith, sorry to get super Catholic, guys. Sorry, it was like 18 years of my life. If she killed herself, she wouldn't be able to go to heaven. So then why would? Never mind. It's too confusing.
See, it's out there.
It is out there.
It's hard to
These are
pinpoint.
the questions that got me kicked out of Catholic school because I asked a bunch of nuns. I said, if Han Solo killed stormtroopers, I realize he's breaking the 10 Commandments. But in Vatican II, they removed the rules so that soldiers could kill people during war. And the nun looked right at me and she said, "What is Han Solo?" And I had to explain Star Wars to a nun who was not ready for it. And then they called my parents and were like, "He can't come here anymore. He can't. You have to send him to public school."
The nuns weren't down with that shit.
Because that was my punishment, was I had to eat lunch with them, and I was like, "This is awesome," because I have so many questions. And I would have asked a lot of Exorcist II questions. I would have been like, "Have you ever been brushed by the wings of evil?"
Yeah.
Can we talk about Pazuzu in liturgy today?
Yeah. We never
Like,
got
do
to
you
do like that cool stuff. I was like waiting, like there is possession, like there's cool stuff. Like let's talk about it. We never talked about it. So.
The doppelganger thing was kind of weird. That was a strange direction for this movie to take. And one thing we didn't mention is the alternate ending of the film, which was the movie that most people saw theatrically, because I think Borman edited this out, but Burton didn't survive in the other version. He just kind of like got sucked down into one of those gorges that opened up in her bedroom. And this version, and Reagan walks off alone in that version, but this one has sort of like a more upbeat ending.
Has to wrap up somewhat nicely.
Neatly, yes.
Right. Yeah.
They're like, look, guys, we killed Priest in the first movie. We got to do it again. Like a priest has got to go, and they're like, it's nothing like the first movie. Like I like to go. I love it. You know, the more I think about it, I'm like, if this movie was, at least it's not boring, right? And at least it isn't like if they just made the first one again, nobody would talk about it. They'd be like, yeah, it was fine. Like this movie, goes for it, whatever it is, and I love it.
Yes, it does. It's all in on whatever it is.
Yeah. I just wish I could be in the theater during opening night, or like go see it at that time and just hear people afterwards be like,
yes,
yeah,
that. I mean,
it kind of disappointed everybody at the time, and nobody really talked good about it. I did manage to find one good piece in the newspaper, and I think this was in a place where they previewed it, but it was in the Midwest somewhere. It wasn't on one of the coasts. They actually sort of piped in some praise and some talk up for Richard Burton's performance in the film, which is really kind of funny that, you know, the studio would get a buzz on this performance because they had to know that, you know, this was not going to be nominated for any kind of Oscars.
Right.
But they put that out there anyway, which I thought was kind of amusing. Richard Burton's new film, Exorcist 2, has been sneaked here, and he's reported superb as a priest.
Oh, man. I love it.
So, yeah, that was kind of funny.
That's his second time, or his first one, because Absolution played the priest again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that movie. That's a good movie.
Yes.
A really dark
movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I really dug. Someone mentioned they really like the clothes in this, and I do like the clothes are definitely choices in this movie, but they're wild. Especially Dana Plato's dressed like what we said, a Swiss Miss Amish girl. I love that crazy flower on her shoulder that's all the same color as her dress. Linda Blair's outfits are like peasant dress lunacy. It's great.
Richard Burton's shirt, though,
when he comes back from Africa, he's styling.
That shirt is jamming.
It is.
Absolutely. I love that locust thing that he wears. But that's fucking amazing. I love that, how he like kind of bends over and it's looking at you like that.
Yeah. He's like, gotcha.
That's some intense stuff right there.
But
I think
the question still remains, like you said, when he met Kukumu and he spits that tomato or whatever. It's like a drinking game, like you said, spitting it on the spike.
He's like, I managed to hit a spike, so you have to drink now. Richard Burton never scored one tomato, by the way. It was all Kukumo that day.
Yes.
You know, I tried to find an example of Exorcist 2 playing in Newcastle in a theater, and I could not. Even though there were other movies that were contemporary to that were playing, that was not so. Instead, I pulled this out of the newspaper for you to show you guys from the Skyline Drive-In.
Rabid.
Yeah, Rabid and
Skyline,
co-feature Demon.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Skyline Drive-In, yes.
So you guys went to this place?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a friend that lived down the road, and we would sneak up through the woods with an AM radio and watch movies.
Hey, yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh wow, what a double feature!
Here's another one.
The Legend of Hell House.
And Ruby.
How do you guys feel about Ruby? Have you seen that one?
I have seen Ruby. It's out there.
Yes.
It's out there. I mean, that's another possession.
But I mean, like I don't remember liking it all that much, to be honest. And a lot of people, it's a Curtis Harrington film. It's got that very Curtis Harrington look to it. I don't know. Just there's only a couple scenes that really are all that exciting to me in Ruby. All of them involving a drive-in that goes crazy. But there's like here they make it look like the teenage girl is the subject of the
Yes.
film, and she's not. It's all about Piper Laurie.
She was in Carrie. She was
Yes.
the mother.
Yes.
Yes, Mrs. White. So there's some
Mark Ruffalo.
Newcastle goodness for you guys.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Straight out of '77.
Man,
Feature number 2 on tonight's program is Deadly Blessing from 1981. And I'm sure you guys picked this one too.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's
what made you think of Deadly Blessing?
well, it's a Wes Craven film.
Mhm.
Has a young Sharon Stone, Maren Jensen, and Doug Barr from The Fall Guy.
Jeff East.
Jeff East.
Yeah, it was in Pumpkinhead.
Yes. He was in Summer of Fear. And the thing I enjoy about this movie is, it's your average, in a way, Wes Craven type story about, family matters and the insanity of families. But it's different. It goes there.
Well, in Frost, we see a lot of Amish. So it's-
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
Amish.
so-
Yes.
yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that. I've never seen Amish in Newcastle.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah. They're up in New Wilmington.
Yep.
once
Right
you go, we'll ask Bill for a second here. Once you go past Newcastle and into New Wilmington, Bill, you'll hit many horses and buggies, and you'll probably want to yell at them.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I see in the movies anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they're out there.
So this kind of has that vibe to it, this movie, and but it's not about the Amish. It's about Hittites,
Right.
which I don't really know very much about that religion. Is it similar to Amish?
I don't think that there's really a sect called Hittites.
It's made up.
It's made up.
It's like
Yeah,
Mennonite
yeah,
kind
mhm,
of,
yeah.
but they took it as a sect of the Mennonites.
Okay.
And I know the first time that I saw this, I was like, man, this is like a psychological drama. And then it just surprised me. I don't want to spoil nothing.
It's
I like
egg me on it.
Wes Craven does a lot of writing too, though. I mean, he's part writer on this, like he did with a lot of his films.
Yes.
Yeah, the best ones by him, I think, came from him and were developed by him, like Nightmare. Even The Hills Have Eyes was like that.
Last House on the Left is like that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a good Amish story. I had them do the roof on my old house. And when a dude brought them in a van, and they looked at my roof, and the main Amish guy who was running the crew, he said, do you have, a woman around here, or like a girlfriend that's going to be coming over here? And I said, yeah, why? And he goes, they can't come here while we're working. And I said, why? And he said, because these guys are young and they'll go English.
Go English.
Go English. Like,
Wow.
be like, oh, snap, we're missing out on that. I'm done with this. Leave my straw hat on the ground.
Can't say I blame them on that.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, true story.
I like
Well, we
on
already
50 here, there's that Amish place that builds the furniture that you can get the it says Amish built, and there's that giant wood
Yes.
chair. It's like 50 foot tall that you can sit in. I don't know why they would have built that, but they did it.
Oh yeah, that's creepy. I've seen pictures of that.
Yeah. So I saw Chris asked me to make fun of Wes Craven, because I usually don't like Wes Craven movies, but I'm going to be open-minded tonight because this is the era of Wes Craven I like, because this is him coming from TV movies. I really like his TV movies a lot. I really like Invitation to Hell a lot with Susan Lucci. That movie's awesome, and I really like Summer of Fear. So I'm here for Wes Craven tonight. I'm gonna be open-minded tonight, and not think of the Wes Craven that made Scream and everything after that. I'll be in the Up to Nightmare and Not Deadly Friend. Is that the one with the robot, the basketball destroying the old lady's head? Yeah.
Yes. Mama Fratelli from the Goonies.
But yeah, she's like, "Wah!" And I just like, yeah. That's I like that movie. Makes absolutely no sense, but that's cool. Yeah, but I'm going to be very open-minded tonight about Wes Craven and enjoy this. And I'm excited. I've never seen this movie, so I'm really excited about it.
Oh, cool. I love when that happens.
Yeah. Mike Justice wants to fight me because he's like, Scream is great and Red Eye rocks, and I'm insane. I am insane, Mike. I think we proved that I like the worst in film, and I am unapologetic about it. So I've not seen Red Eye, so I will watch Red Eye. And I'm not blaspheming Deadly Friend. I love how messed up it is. So I like movies that really obviously go off the rails. So, and I'll watch them again and again, waiting for that moment. So yeah, I'm excited.
Rails, literally.
Yeah. But I am. I like. There aren't a lot of Amish horror movies. I can't, or Hittite, or these sect movies. Versus like there aren't many Amish movies. Witness is one of the few I can think of. So I'm excited to see what it does with a horror movie. And this is, for some reason, I don't know why I've missed this one. I definitely know the ad campaign with the hands coming down and grabbing the face. And it's funny Sharon Stone being in this because she's from this area, so she probably intimately knew what it was like to get stuck behind a horse and buggy. Yeah, she's from Meadville, so you know that she got stuck behind some horses and was like, "Fucker, get out of the way."
This is like her first big role, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Then from Amish, she showed her to law.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
that edgy shit that went into her work after making this movie.
Yeah, she's like, first I'm going to be covered up and be Amish, and the next thing you know, someone's going to magically catch me on crossing my leg. It's like, there's no way that I would have done that.
Hey, this is a 1981 movie. For just like in our issue that just came out.
I was going to say,
the
I don't know what
1981
was the issue.
It was somebody wrote about it.
Oh.
But this lovely ad campaign is just so ominous looking. And I really wanted this movie to be about something that it totally is not. This is another one of those cases where I was signing on for something and I got a totally different movie. But when I went back and watched it later in life, I thought it was actually kind of good. I shouldn't have been so narrow-minded when I was younger, you know?
But that's good that you've moved past it now.
I guess.
Just like me, I was like, I could have been a hater about Wes Craven tonight and say how I feel, and I didn't. I'm being open-minded.
So anyway, this is pretty much the same ad campaign that played every city in the United States during its run in 1981. Early 1982, though, it played the UK, and it had a totally different ad campaign there, which is always delicious when it happens. So here is the UK ad campaign that has a new tagline: "To the Valley of Beauty came the shadow of death." Pray you're not blessed as a carryover from the
I love that
US
logo,
ad
by the
campaign.
way. That logo is great.
Oh yeah, I wonder if anyone has that as a tattoo.
Mm.
You know somebody does.
Oh yeah.
There's some hardcore Deadly Blessing fan out there.
Mm.
Anyway, those were the ads I dug up. Nothing fancy, but those UK ones were pretty cool.
Awesome.
And-
I wore my Borgnine shirt for tonight. My
Oh, I
dog.
was just gonna say,
Yeah,
Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah, man.
he's great.
He is fantastic.
I just watched him in Willard.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he's so
and
good at
Convoy. That was on too.
Convoy,
I watched
yes.
that too.
Convoy.
Oh my god, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah,
Holy shit, Convoy.
Not
It's been a
directed.
while, Convoy.
Not fully directed by Sam Peckinpah. James Coburn actually directed most of that movie because Peckinpah was so fucked up. And it's also the movie that made Peckinpah the most money, and he didn't really direct it, which is crazy. But there you go. Did you guys grow up with Superhost, by the way? And
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
you know
Yep.
how important is Convoy to you guys from Superhost doing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He did
I have a
his own
DVD of it, and I showed it to my wife, who's didn't grow up here and is way too young for Superhost, and she was like, "That's really stupid." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. Of course, it's Superhost. It's great." Did
That
not-
hurts.
Yeah, I know.
I loved Superhost.
Superhost
We couldn't
was-
wait till Saturday
Yes.
afternoon for Superhost.
Yes.
It was really just amazing. All right, we're gonna do a drink here. This is my Hittite blessing. I bet they probably wouldn't drink. Maybe this is what happens when they go English. This is what they drink with, right? So it's gonna start with an ounce and a half of Malibu, because I think Malibu rum feels kind of Amish. I don't know, or Hittite or whatever they are. They're from the islands. All right, and this one
What
just goes in
islands?
glass. You don't go to shake this one.
You're supposed to say
Ounce
any
and a half
islands.
of watermelon pucker, because I'm gonna get girl drink drunk tonight.
Huh.
Yeah, I am, Kesha.
Ah,
All
there
right,
you are.
and then we're gonna do 3 ounces of pineapple juice. I could have just poured the whole thing in, you know what I mean? Whatever. And then
Leave a
finally, we're
little.
doing, as if this drink needs any more sugar, let's get diabetic. We're gonna do like a 1/4 ounce of grenadine. There we go. And let's stir it up. If I can find a stirrer. All right. And I love
We're
Ernest
off-brand with
I'm so
this.
excited he's in this. He's also in this. He's in so many of my favorites. He's in Escape from New York. And he's great in that too.
Mhm.
Sorry, I
What
went
do you make?
off-brand with my drink.
Oh, it's okay. What are you making?
A melon ball.
Oh,
You know, I just got 2 full bottles of Midori a couple of weeks ago after not having any for like 8 months or something.
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, cheers.
Pazuzu.
Oh, what am I thinking? Pazuzu.
He's listening. Hmm.
I hear the buzzing of locusts all around me.
Have you been touched by their wings?
Several times. And I got to tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
I'm really excited to watch this, guys. Thanks for picking these. You guys picked 2 religious movies, like from 2 totally different faiths. That's kind of a wild draft.
We didn't try to do that.
Yeah,
That was
it's-
unintentional. It
yeah.
just kind of worked out that way.
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of angle to our programs, whether we realize them or not. Sam, what happened to you?
I'm back. Can you see me?
The wings brushed you too, huh?
They hurt. I looked up
Yeah.
and it was gigantic. What? It was just gigantic. Then it landed in the pool and died. I had to get it out of the filter.
Hey, what about those new lantern flies that you're supposed to squish on site?
Oh, really?
The spotted lantern flies?
Hmm.
I can't keep
Yeah.
up with all this end of the world shit, Bill. Between the monkeypox and everything else, like I didn't know I had to squish lanternflies now.
Well, only the ones that are brightly spotted.
I'm so glad you told me. I wanted. I've been leaving around
Wasn't
the house.
aware.
Didn't know.
You didn't get the apocalypse memo?
No. I'm still waiting for the killer bees to get here. I spent most of the 70s freaking the fuck out as a little kid. Like every time I'd be playing outside, I'd be like, you hear a couple bees, I'm like, well, this is it. The killer bees are finally here.
Yeah, it's an invasive species. So if you see one, don't even tolerate it. Just squish it.
Is one of them going to squish Joan Collins?
A giant one.
A giant spotted lanternfly, and Joan Collins is like, I want to be your friend, and it just crushes you.
Poor Joan Collins.
I tell you.
She's been in a lot of movies you guys did on your program, Newcastle After
Yes.
Dark.
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
Joan Collins?
Yeah.
You did Tales from the Crypt.
Yes. We wanted to do Tales That Witness Madness. I believe she's in that, but
Yeah, couldn't
we weren't able.
show. Yeah.
Oh no.
But Joan Collins is fantastic.
We sure love her here. We just saw her in The Devil Within Her a couple of weeks ago. We watched on the program.
That's a pretty good movie too.
Yes.
That's a pretty good movie. Yeah.
Sam loves it.
I do. Any movies that have any devil worshiping movies, where nuns get menaced. Really, I'm so easy.
We're nuns
Nuns get
getting
menaced,
menaced.
and I'm like, this movie's five stars all the way. 666 stars out of 5. More of this, please. Also, Carolyn Monroe's in it too, so I mean, really, it's like everything lined up in this movie for me.
Sam, didn't you just recently get to meet Carolyn Monroe?
Yeah, and of course I was super shy. I was like, and then Becca talked for me for a bit. And then after that, it all worked out. And then she said in Carol Monroe's British accent, Sam, do you like Jalo movies? And I was like, I can't talk to you anymore. I gotta run as hard as I can. I don't want to. And she's like, oh, you like Mario Bava? He's a wonderful director. I'm like, I can't talk to you. I can't do that. It was too much. So she was very sweet though.
So, Bill, have you ever met any star that you got blocked up?
Yes. Yes, I have. I met Tom Bailey of the Thompson Twins. And I was like starstruck. Could not fucking believe it. Like most people, I wouldn't even blink twice at. I would just talk to them like an ordinary person. But I went, you have to understand, I was obsessed with them in high school. And I never got to see them live. And then they were like one of these bands that broke up forever. And they're like, no, we're never getting back together ever. And we're not doing any reunion shows. So like decades went by and it was like nothing. And then all of a sudden, Tom Bailey, the singer, starts touring again and he's doing a show near me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get to see him. And I waited afterwards and for him to walk out and I was just like, oh. Like Cindy Brady when she went on that TV show.
Yes.
I know who you guys are going to say you got starstruck with it. Why don't you tell me?
Well, that was me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Going to meet Linda Blair. It was at the Comic-Con in Pittsburgh. And, her whoever it is, her helper comes around and, you have to pick something you want to, her to sign and whatnot. And so they kind of take care of all the money stuff first and get that out of the way. Anyways, I get up there and I couldn't talk. I couldn't breathe. I didn't even say anything. She said to me, good afternoon, how are you? I mean, she was so sweet. She was very nice, but even the pictures, I look stupid. I'm just, stupid face. I couldn't do anything cool. Couldn't say anything cool. Nothing. I was completely starstruck. Completely.
She said his name and that he just.
I got real tight. I got real stiff.
She said, hi, Rick. And he just.
Yeah,
um,
that was it.
that's exciting, though. I think that's an exciting story.
Oh, it was great. It
I
was
like
great. It
those
was
stories.
fantastic.
Well, it's boring, if you just meet somebody and it turns out, oh yeah, they're just another person.
Right.
Right.
There has to be like one or two people that hold that kind of mystery for all of
Right.
us.
That's why
Sam, I mean,
Huh?
is Carolyn Monroe? Is that your story?
Yeah, probably Carol Monroe is a big deal to me. So that was like, I can only imagine, like there's a few other there aren't many celebrities where I'm like, oh, I'd love to meet them, like when conventions come, but like, there's my idea of celebrities are way, and I'm sure everybody else in the chat's the same way. Like, what's funny though is I met Dean Cundy and I thought I'd be tongue tied and I wasn't. So we actually talked for like an hour. So that was pretty rad. But like, like what other person, like, oh, Dean Cundy, I can't wait to meet him. Me, you know what I mean? But yeah, I we'll see. Bill saw me do it with Joe Bob too, where Bill's like, hey, Sam painted this cover for you. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Good night. It's like, what? I always become impersonal to people that I really want to talk to. So
He kind of did a double take when you did that.
Yeah, I know.
It was very dramatic.
It's easier whenever I'm interviewing someone for the site because then I don't feel like I'm wasting their time, or like when I've worked with anybody, in my advertising career and worked with well-known voice artists, do you know what I mean? Or like actors that do spots. Like I'm actually like, I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm taking away from their life. You know what I mean? So, and Paul said he met John Saxon. That would be another one where I'd just be like, that's probably like would be my most freak out. Like, because John Saxon was very important to me. It would be bad. Oh, Arnold. Yeah, Becca just yelled Arnold Schwarzenegger. That will never happen. I will never, ever talk to Arnold Schwarzenegger because I would just be Chris Farley. I'd be like, remember that time when you told that guy? That was awesome. And he'd be like, Sam, it's good to meet you. I'm like, I can't. No, I don't want to do this. It'd be bad. Probably Stallone, too. Anybody in a canon movie. You know what I mean? Like, that would be bad. Michael Dudikoff, real bad. If Steve James was still alive, horrible. Bronson's still alive, that would be the worst. Like probably Charles Bronson would be the absolute worst. I would just be like, I can't do it. Yeah, I'd sing the Mandem song too.
I did
meet Adrian Barbeau and I did not freeze, which is crazy because I actually practiced because I knew that she was a ring girl for Los Angeles for the LaBelle wrestling promotion in Los Angeles. So I asked her about it when they did the questions at the Warhol. And she actually said, please stick around afterwards because I want to talk to you about that. And we ended up talking about it for like 20 minutes. And that made it easier. And then she basically told me that her mom dated a lot of wrestlers, which made me laugh. She's like, so that's how I got to do it. But yeah, my mom always dated wrestlers. Cool. So that was a lot easier. And then someone said, hey, one of my friends was like, like, hey, take a picture. Yeah, okay. Otherwise, it would have never happened. Like, that would have been bad. I'm glad everybody else has these kind of things too.
Maxwell Caulfield is married to Juliet Mills from Beyond the Door. So you know what'll happen if she catches you cheating.
And he's in Prey of the Jaguar with Linda Blair, a superhero movie that has Maxwell Caulfield as kind of a ninja Batman. It's fucking horrible. I love it. We're like, you know what? Who would be a good superhero? Maxwell Caulfield? Yeah, okay, go for it. And they did it. So, it all worked out.
So anything else you guys want to say before we get to our second feature, Deadly Blessing?
Sweet corn and head movies, man. We're all about it.
And this is it.
This is it.
And this is it, yeah.
Giant wooden chairs.
Well, if I was Lily Tomlin, maybe, but I'm not cool with them with big chairs,
Yeah, it's creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's creepy too. All right, and Sam's never seen this movie, so why don't we get to it?
Yeah.
I dropped the link into chat, I believe. Let me scroll back. Yes.
Is this Amish Jallo? Yeah, I will. We will
Somewhat,
decide that.
yes.
That's a great question. That's my homework for this. Oh man.
Yeah, that's a very
That's
good
great.
point.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I'm gonna have to make a letterbox list with one movie in it. It's just that, and that's the only one. I like my Pittsburgh Giallo list. There's at least 7 of those.
Wait a minute. 7 Pittsburgh Giallos?
Yeah,
Okay, well, the only one I can think of is Lady Beware.
Lady Beware. Striking Distance is a Giallo.
Yes.
Midnight is a Giallo. Sort of.
Midnight?
Yeah, Midnight 2 definitely is. Midnight 2 definitely is. The Majorettes is. It's got like a murder mystery. Majorettes is everything. The Majorettes is like 9 movies in one movie. So, it can be everything. If I had the list, if only I had a magic box that had the list, I could tell you what the other ones are. Now let's see here.
Do you guys get this live thunderstorm you're getting live from my audio feed?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were telling your Linda Blair story, and it just like was a backdrop for
Did you hear? It was perfect. It was perfect timing.
Perfect.
You guys should be like telling a
Shakespearean.
spooky story while it's happening.
Once there was an internet show just like this one.
It happened just like this. I'm really finding it though. It's in here somewhere. Some jerk has made way too many lists. Okay, Season of the Witch, the George Romero movie, I consider Pittsburgh Giallo. Effects is one. And Santa Claus, which is another John Russo movie. And Martin is, if you don't believe that Martin is a vampire, you can consider it a Giallo. You can consider it a stalk and slash kind of movie. That's mine. When you're the arbiter of these lists, you can do whatever.
That's right. That's
We're
right.
gonna make Lawrence County Giallos next. There's none. There's never been one made in Lawrence County that I know of.
Yet.
Yeah. We're gonna
What
do
about
it.
a Newcastle Giallo?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's a vampire smoking a Newport with some slides. I'm telling
We moaning, what just happened to the PO lunch? Where is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the PO lunch. Down
It
on
was
the
there, and
dive
then I
bar.
turned around and it was gone.
Yeah. Hey, Coney Island's still there. I was actually in Newcastle the other day, and I thought of you guys. I went past. I had to take my mom somewhere, and I took her right past Coney Island up into Shannon. So
Did you get a hot dog?
no, it was closed. They closed super early. They closed like
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah,
they
they do.
closed like at 7. Though we did eat at Mary's, which was awesome. So.
Yep.
And there was so much garlic in my food. I am definitely not a vampire. I can tell you that. We brought like an extra dish just of like garlic sauce that was like, what? It was like just the smell of it was brutal, but it was awesome. So
Yeah, those garlic fries are intense.
yeah.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, they're like, do you want an extra little cup of garlic and then another cup of yogurt with garlic and then a cup of oil with peppers in it? Oily peppers is like another side that you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it keeps you right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like there's like so much oil. Like my mom's a vegetarian and got some kind of dish there and it was like literally it went right through the bag, like just full of oil. It was something else.
Hey, there's something special that we forgot about.
I know,
It's
it's
Mike
just
Justice's birthday.
I know. Happy birthday, Mike.
So happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of DIA chat birthdays recently. So Mike, you're the latest to be invited to the party. Like happy birthday to me. You're not allowed in in the last 12 minutes unless you were invited to the party.
Oh.
That's a movie that I don't know. Happy birthday to me. That's another one. I feel like ambivalent towards that, just like prom
Really?
night.
I
I have to
like
go
it.
back and watch it again.
I like it more than prom night. But I don't
I
like
did
it more
like
than April Fool's Day. How about that? It's like an SAT question.
Did you guys ever do Happy Birthday to Me on Newcastle After Dark?
No.
What are some of your favorite movies that you've done on your show?
Beastmaster, but it was taken down.
The other,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mr. Frost with Jeff Goldblum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that movie's crazy.
Yes. Cemetery Man.
We did a whole episode of The Blob and then realized we couldn't put it on.
Yeah.
But I loved it. It was great. Yeah.
Yes. Because in that film, the blob looks delicious.
It does.
Like
It's
you want to
very
get some
appetizing.
Granny Smith apples and just
Yeah.
dip
Some
it.
caramel and
Which version?
The original.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It does look exactly like Jell-O. I'm loving it.
You guys did the picks too, I think, and I dug that episode you guys did.
Oh, we did the Asfix.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Pix has Karen Black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a good one.
that's one of my favorite roles that she ever did was her role in The Pix. A very strange narrative. It's one of those movies that just it's like what's that movie Memento that
Mhm.
was
Yes.
backwards. It was sort of like that.
Yeah.
It's way
She's
before
a
her.
junkie in that, right? Or a heroin addict, and
Yeah, and a
that's
hooker.
that's an occult movie too. A
Yeah.
Satanist kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She gets some strange clients that want something strange from her that's not sex. The Pix.
Bill, how excited were you that another podcast did the Black Room that I sent you this week that someone else was talking about it?
Did it post?
It didn't post yet, no.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know I love the Black Room.
Yeah. Another movie that Bill and I try to get everybody to watch.
The Black Room.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should watch it. 1982, super low key but very creepy. Wealthy. Oh, you just said recently, management, right, that you watched The Hunger. It's
Mhm.
got sort of like a Hunger vibe going for it, but really ultra low budget.
Right.
It's very good. Spoiled rich pervs in LA are doing terrible things to people, and it involves their blood. You do the
Okay.
math. So check that out. And there's one very important question I have to ask you guys. Are you coming back for the third segment, or is this good night? When you
Probably
say-
good night,
Yes.
most likely.
Yes.
I thought you guys might call it a night early. So
We usually do. So.
Yes. But we appreciate you having us on.
Oh yeah, it's always a blast to be on here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're so glad you guys came back. Let's make it a little sooner than last time. Let's
Right on.
It's
yeah.
been a while.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I can't even remember the last time because I put together a best of highlights from last year, and it wasn't last year that you were on. So we have to get you back on the program
It was
sooner.
even
Next
longer than I
time.
thought. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Check out newcastleafterdark.com. These guys are fantastic. You should be watching their posts on YouTube once a month. These guys do movies, but I've seen you do more than one a month. You've done a couple bonuses there.
We've had a few that have come back, so we've been slowly putting them back on. So we've been able to,
Double up.
a little bit.
Right on. And what else? Oh, you guys have a Patreon. We didn't
Yes.
talk about your Patreon. Like, what kind of stuff do people get when they sign up for your Patreon?
Well, they get a lot of, I guess we'll call it behind the scenes, some bloopers, episodes and things we've messed up throughout the years.
There's a few of those.
We have been doing once a month there, like a public domain film, something that we can show and not have to worry about the copyright, like we just did Sisters of Death.
Mm.
We did Hands of a Stranger was another one,
Yes.
and I'm trying to think what the other
How
one was.
awful about Alan.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, awesome.
Yeah, so we've been trying to do some full episodes there as well, and shows that had been removed, we kind of just show our parts through there, and we've been doing reviews of movies that we can't show, but
Wish we could.
Yeah, so
Hey, that's great. Yeah, you could just record the segments for the movies, and like the viewers can insert them into the movie however they want.
yeah.
Awesome, guys. And thanks so much for being on the program once again.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
great.
having us.
And we hope you'll come back real soon and pick 2 more fantastic films. And in the meantime, all you folks out there, the link dropped in chat. A couple, we've been yakking and yakking, but go back there. It's on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. Second movie's on Tubi, and we'll come back afterwards. Please come back, even though our special guests won't be here. Please come back and listen to us, because we'll be back.